of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Wendy Coulter. Wendy is the CEO of Hummingbird and a real estate investor. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Wendy Coulter. Wendy, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Sure. So I come from a family of entrepreneurs. I grew up selling shoes in my father's shoe store. I learned about marketing there as I sang and played guitar on the radio and rode elephants to promote the shoe store in a small town. So I learned about small town marketing at a really young age. I attended NC State University here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I have degrees from there in architecture and industrial design. About a year out of college in 1995, I walked into a Cary Chamber of Commerce Expo where I signed on my first 3 clients for design and typesetting projects. Typesetting was the thing back then. So about 10 years in, I started hearing the word branding a lot, and I needed a sustainable plan for my own business. And so I started educating myself on branding and changed the focus of the business to a brand strategy firm and full service branding company. And that's our focus today. We're very passionate about helping our customers grow the value of their business through better branding.
What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid?
So the mistakes that I probably made that I would avoid first is trying to grow too fast. So we're very committed to quality, and growing too fast impacts quality control and the ability to serve customers in the best way possible. So we're not necessarily looking to be like the largest ad agency around, but we are looking to provide the highest level of service and attention to our clients. So we've grown slow and steady over the years, and that's worked really well for us. The second one is when I was 24 years old and I started my company, I did not have a great handle on finance. And so I would recommend that any young entrepreneur take the time to understand a balance sheet and the positive impact of decisions that are driven by a profit-first mentality. Today, I'm able to invest in real estate and organizations that I really have a passion for, and that's the result of having strengths in finance. So I really recommend that. And then finally, find a balance in life. So when I was young, I ran really hard, and I still run hard, but I worked all the time. And so I had a child when I was 38 years old, and it really helped me prioritize my life and see the world in a different way. And I want the best for my daughter. Sometimes that means buying a lot of stuff, but really what it means is spending time with her and my husband, James, instead of working every single hour of every day. So just taking that time to reprioritize and make sure that you're getting the most out of your life for your family.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
So when James and I got married in 2001, I was 6 digits in debt from business expenses that I had built up, different issues that arose that I had covered with vendors generally, because I was very customer focused, and I felt like it was up to me to get things fixed when they went wrong for my clients. And so I went into a lot of debt. For a very young person, 6 digits seemed like so much. It was a big burden. So I was talking to bankruptcy attorneys, and right after we got married, I sat James down to talk about bankruptcy. But the third bankruptcy attorney I talked to said, "Hey, Wendy, if you didn't have the debt, would you consider your business successful?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Then you don't need to file bankruptcy. You need to pay off the debt." So it was very timely. I met a CPA here in the Raleigh area who helped me put together a plan, and the debt was paid off in under a year, which was amazing. And so the failure really turned to a success for me that year because I was able to keep my business alive. And here we are today. So
What are your top three success secrets others can model from?
So the first one is baby steps. I always say you eat an elephant one bite at a time. And nothing in business ever happens as fast as we expect it to. At Hummingbird, we take this approach with every project. We break it down into small baby steps to get to the end result. And then we share those steps along the way so that the client knows that things are moving forward, even though it's in small pieces to get to the end result. Secondly, I always say give them what they ask for and give them something better. So we work in a very subjective industry, and the clients generally think that they know exactly what they want, but sometimes it doesn't work out quite right, or there are better solutions that we can bring to the table, which is always our goal. And then finally, the profit first approach. It has really changed my business life. We began exploring this financial model quite a while ago, and it has enabled us to reinvest in the business and invest in my team in ways that are very meaningful. So that has been a really good secret to success for us.
Tell me more about your profit first.
So profit first is something that we learned at a Money Matters workshop that is an industry workshop. And with profit first, you break your profit down into 4 buckets. And so you look at your profit every month and every quarter, and then at the end of the year, and you break your profit into the 4 buckets. So the first is pay your taxes, and then take the money that's left and break it down into reinvestment, money for the owner, and money for team bonuses. And so we take that approach each year, and that's assuming you have profit, but that is really the goal. And by making that a goal, that's what we've been able to achieve. So it's a very streamlined way to make sure you keep your eye on the profit on the bottom line.
We are about to move into lightning round. That means quick question, a quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
What are you grateful for today?
I am so grateful for everything in my life, my family, our health. We've stayed healthy, living in America and owning a business in Cary, North Carolina, which is just an amazing place to own and run a business.
How young are you?
I am young enough to own a 25-plus-year-old company.
Oh my God, look at this. That means you are 18 years plus, is that right?
I am 18 years plus, yes.
Wendy, you are not 25 years veteran alone. You are 18 years plus with a hell lot of experience, and I leave it to the audience. They can guess how young she is. Okay, how many years of celebration of 18 years she already had it by now. So, what you want to do when you grow up?
I just really don't want to grow up. And I watch my daughter who's 12, and I just want to stay in that moment forever.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
Head on generally, but with baby steps. And so eating that elephant one bite at a time. Where do you start with the first bite? I think is the hardest thing, is just getting started, and then you take it from there.
How do you start your day?
Oh gosh. Okay. So I do generally listen to a podcast or business news every morning, a cup of cold brew coffee, and jump right in.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
So exercise more, travel more, and maybe prioritize a little bit younger than I was able to do.
Once you
And
have
grandpa always said, pay yourself first. So there's that.
once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I don't need to convince him. We are always on the same page. So it's really just a matter of saying I'm going to do it.
What is the impactful business book you have read, and what did you learn from it? Can I see the book, please?
Yes. So The Little Book of Do by Kel Landis III, and I have a signed copy. So this is just a fantastic little book that helped me have. I think it just like reiterated the way that I work in life anyway, kind of naturally, which is by doing. And so, it talks about just taking action to pursue your passions and not getting caught up in I have to plan and I have to get every little detail perfect, but just it's okay to do. And I'm that is part of me every day. And so it was just a great little book to get me happy with the way that I do things.
Why being impactful is important to you?
Oh, well, I believe that being impactful gives you more opportunity in the world of business. And so being impactful brings opportunity your way.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
So I would consider both my mother and my husband mentors to me. Mom has always told me I can do anything I set my mind to. And my husband balances me out. He's the yin to my yang. When I'm running strong, he says, okay, calm down, pull yourself together, prioritize, everything will be okay.
What do you want to be remembered for?
So I have recently started the North Carolina Women Business Owners Hall of Fame, which is a nonprofit that is created to help the women who have paved the way in business in the state of North Carolina to have a legacy and to help mentor young women who are interested in becoming entrepreneurs so they can see who came before and what amazing women we have in our state.
Who is your ideal client?
So my ideal client is a leader in either the manufacturing, distribution, healthcare, IT, life sciences, and agriculture spaces, as well as B2B, who really understands that they need to have branding activity in order to grow the value of their business.
How can we support you?
Visit my website, and that's hummingbird-creative.com. And if you are an advocate for women in business, go check out the North Carolina Women Business Owners Hall of Fame.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have your few words about your today's guest experience on the show. Here is my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
It has been amazing. You are so organized and really welcoming to me. It was fantastic to do a little bit of practice with you ahead of time and understand what the show is really about. And I just thank you for putting it all together today.
What would you say as a final word?
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Wendy, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.